Hello and welcome back to Data Analysis with Power BI. Today we'll be considering how you can connect to an SQL database, maybe in your organization or in your business. Probably you have an SQL server or a Microsoft server that your data is located. How can you connect to it? That is what we're going to be covering. Here on my Power BI desktop, you can click on Get Data, or as usual, we get data. Now you click on Get Data from the ribbon tab. Okay, once the data is up now, you would want to search for MySQL or MySQL server. Now you click on Connect. Make sure you select that and click on Connect. Once you do that now, it will ask for your server name and database you want. Back on my system, I already have installed a Microsoft an SQL server workbench, of which you might be using in your organization or in your local system, as the case may be. Now, what you need is you click on this plus icon, just like you want to create a new connection. Your organization has an IP address, that is, the server has an IP address. You need that. You copy it and you just you can cancel that, because that's the IP address for this my machine or the organization I work with here. Now you come to Power BI and paste that in the server. So you can Control V. Okay, it's like you copy, Control A to C and Control C to copy. Now come back to Power BI and Control V. Now I have that there. Sometimes you may require the database specifically, sometimes you don't require it. You click OK. Now it's asking for a database. So let's go back to the workbench and you will discover, once we open this workbench now, it's asking for my password. So I already created a password for this, that is for my server, because my root is the username, and I have a password for that, of which I'm sure you have in your organization. Now within this place, I have about 3 databases, which are the Shakira, the Word, and the system database. So I might want to connect to the Word or the Sakila. Now what I'm going to do is I come back here. I could just write Sakila and click OK. Now it's establishing the connection. Okay, alright. Now you can see it's trying to it has loaded my data set for Sakila. Now you can see it loaded the views and the data, so you could just select the data you want to get, that is the tables you need from the database now, and you could transform them, but for now I just want to load. Just as we have learned previously, you could transform, you could do every other thing to it as we have learned. Now you can load that into Power BI. Basically, that is how you can create a connection between my SQL server on your machine or in an organization. Right here now you can see that it has successfully loaded the data into Power BI, and now from here you can do your analysis. Also, I might want to load from a Microsoft SQL database. So I can click on get data. Once I click on get data, to databases, I can connect SQL Server database now and click on connect. Now it's also asking for the server name and the database. So on my machine too, I have my SQL Server database on here, of which in your organization you might also have that. For now, I'm using my system authentication to do that, to connect. So I'm just going to click connect, and it tries to load my SQL Server database. Now, within this database, now, if you click databases and you check, try to expand it, you will see I have a database here which says Adventure Work 2019. Yours may not have it. I will drop the link for you to get that. Or if you already have a database from your organization, you should see that there. So we're going to be connecting to this database now. How do we do that? First, you need the server name. So you can right click on this place and check on the name and click on properties. Once you click on properties, now you can see the name here is the name of your database. You can copy it. So we're going to copy this of the server, right? Rather, Control C to copy on my keyboard. Now I can come to my Power BI and paste that here. Now the database here is optional because it could load everything. And also you're seeing where it says data connectivity mode. Now there is differences between these two. Importing will bring the data into Power BI exactly, and you can do your analysis. While that of direct query now works on it as it is in the database, like it's creating a pipeline with it. The advantage of using the direct query is that you don't have to refresh, but for import you will have to refresh. But also it is always preferable to use the import method because it helps your visualization faster and your analysis, because it's in Power BI, your analysis will be faster. So I would go with the import. Now I click on OK. Now you can see I have my Adventure Work loaded here, so I could select this Adventure Works. Now these are all the list of tables and view I have there. I could just select 2 or 3 of them. Now I click on load data because you may want to load it directly or you want to transform. As we have learned, you could transform your data, but now we just want to load it directly. And now you notice it has loaded into Power BI. Now if you notice, this is your if you come to the views now, you will notice you have the tables for the production location and the production categories, which I have loaded into Power BI. Now this is a quick view of how you can connect to SQL Server, SQL database and SQL Server databases. Thank you very much and see you in another one.